Tim Wilkrerson and John Force are up now. Now remember, Tim Wilkrerson had to change his engine after the last race, had rods through the side of the pan and everything.
Well, it's good he's not using that engine then.
Hey, I can remember the surfers at Fontana back in the 60s. They blew the rod out of it, turned it on its side, pushed it back, and put a hose clamp on it, pulled the thing back, or left it up there, ran it on 7 cylinders in the final, and it went to about 1,000 foot before it blew up.
Well, that'd work nowadays, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they only got to go 1,000 foot now. But it's going to be interesting because we talked about Tim Wilkrerson making the changes, and we focus on the superchargers. You know, no two superchargers are the same. Even though, you know, I'm sure he's ran this one before, he's got the numbers. He may have to make a slight overdrive adjustment to make it the same or whatever. You still hate going into the second round with a different supercharger, don't you, Larry?
There's no question, especially the early point of the season when you've made changes like that. And every supercharger that you put on is a little bit different. It takes a while to learn the personalities of the parts. It's probably the only part left on the car that's got a personality that you have to work around. And so I'm sure as the season progresses, he'll get more data and all that on it. But right now, he's hoping it's the one that gets the win light.
Yeah, he's hoping he's making the right call on it, too. But yeah. Tim's been doing this for a long time.
Either way, he'll have more data.
We've turned on Tim Wilkerson's radio for you.
Taking their time.
Wilkerson had to pedal it.
Yeah, John Force forges his way ahead. Force runs a 4.16. 311 miles an hour. You're right. That could have been a Tim Wilkerson win if only he'd been able to stay in it.
Yeah, Tim was much better in 60 foot. Probably because he wasn't in deep like John, but he's right there. He rattles the tires, back pedals it quick, got to recover, but it just wasn't enough as John was long gone.
Well, Gary Densham will now have to face John Force in the semifinals, and like you said, Larry, they're looking at repair on that car. It looks like they're intending to fix that rather than change the body on it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're
So, Larry?
Yeah.
We don't want you in here again.
You might see me in here again before you see me out there again. So hopefully you'll have me back. I enjoyed it, and gosh, I love the sport, and thanks again for letting me come.
I don't want you in here. You did too good of a job.
Yeah.
Don't cut my pay.
Can we do this ourselves, Paul?
Sure, we can. Absolutely, we can. Very enlightening. No, appreciate it. Want to see you behind the wheel of a car. Let's look at the semifinal matchups. It'll be Ron Capps and Mike Neff. That's classic John Force Racing, Don Schumacher Racing.
And the other matchup's going to be Gary Densham. He'll definitely get that car fixed, and he's going to go up against his old boss and friend, John Force. John will have the lane choice in that matchup.
And when Top Fuel comes back, Morgan Lucas will take on Antron Brown. Could this be Morgan's year?